Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lopinder.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end.
Let's swim Bahamas. Water safety rule number 6. Open water swimming. Always swim in line with the shore. Do not get out of your depth.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end. Water hazards to an end.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
and that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Shalia Roll.
And I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
We go on the air tonight with these stories, back-to-back tragedies here in New Providence this evening. Our Lloyd Allen is following. Our budget coverage continues tonight. Health, energy, and agriculture are focus here tonight. And Agra Expo once again occupies Rawson Square. Stay up for those stories and much more this late night, Wednesday, June 10th, 2026.
The Bahamas Tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
And it is good to be with you this late night. I'm Corvell Pye from here at 11. An industrial accident investigated earlier this afternoon following reports of a man falling from a structure and impaled by a rebar atop a concrete wall. The incident's reigniting calls for greater safety measures in workplace environments. Here's Lloyd Allen to start us off.
Palm Beach Street North, the scene of an industrial accident taking place shortly after 4 p.m. Wednesday, where police reported a male victim died while conducting a tree trimming service atop a tin-roofed home. Superintendent Leonard Ramsey from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Public Affairs and Communications Division confirming when officers arrived to that scene, they discovered a male victim lying in a fetal position with a puncture wound to the upper right shoulder.
Information received is that the victim was on this blue wooden structure cutting a tree branch when he lost his balance and fell. And as he fell, he collided with a sharp steel on a wall, resulting in his injuries. At this time, I'd like to extend condolences to the family and the loss of their loved one as they go through this trying time.
Eyewitnesses say the victim, believed to be of Haitian descent, was contracted privately for landscaping services. He was dressed casually and reportedly wearing inappropriate footwear. Now, Superintendent Ramsey says officers are working to determine the facts behind this tragedy.
I cannot say that he was conducting industrial services. Additionally, as relates to his footwear, I cannot speak to that. Like you said, we're in the initial stage of the investigation, so I cannot speak to his attire.
As family attempted to remove the victim's vehicle from the property where the accident occurred, a close call recorded as the driver behind the wheel ran into a utility pole at the front of that building. Luckily, no one was hurt. Now, this latest incident comes following a string of industrial accidents in the country, including the January death of a 50-year-old man who died operating an excavator. the February death of a 34-year-old male in the Fire Trail Road area who died after being trapped beneath a fallen crane, as well as the April death of a 64-year-old man who died in hospital following an accident at a local water plant. These incidents prompting concern and calls for stricter workplace safety regulations. Same time, around 3 p.m., police reported the death from drowning of a visitor to the country. And according to onlookers, they say the incident happened again just shortly after 3, where that victim was planning a day of scuba diving with friends and family. Now, that event was set to start at about 3 p.m. At about 3:15, his friends and family noticed that he was missing, and after a search was conducted, they discovered the lifeless body of that victim in waters nearby. Now, we spoke with police press liaison officer, Inspector Gerard Kumler, who gave this update, as well as an onlooker who was an eyewitness to the incident.
Police were notified of a male floating in the West Bay Street in the area of Ferguson Road. As a result, officers from the Western Division responded promptly and found a male. A male appears to be a U.S. national in his late 70s, in his early 70s, suffering from what appeared to be injuries due to drowning. However, an autopsy will be done to determine the exact cause of death. It is in the preliminary stage of our investigation so far, but what we have discovered is that this male was snorkeling, and he went ahead without a group of friends who he's with, and after 20 minutes, his friends found him unresponsive.
Now, around 3:30 p.m., Gladstone Thurston was here at this calm stand, just feet away from where the incident happened. He said a female came out asking for help.
The lady, she came running, and I was trying to find out exactly what happened. She said that someone is one of her members drowned in the water. And I said, well, I started to tell her, let me call the EMS.
Now, following that incident, police also advising members of the public preparing to go on days out at the beach to operate with care and caution. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Also here tonight, Health Minister Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville mincing no words in his budget contribution this evening. In the face of numerous complaints against the Princess Margaret Hospital, the minister candidly acknowledged in the House of Assembly that there are simply too many delays in getting staff hired and addressing long-standing HR issues that he says impede the ability to put critical staff in post. He further charged that these delays and lack of attention are destroying staff morale and putting people's lives on hold.
Calibration and collaboration will continue with the Ministry of Public Service, with our union leaders to ensure we stay at the bargaining table to resolve HR issues in a timely fashion without service disruptions. Staff must be matched with responsibilities that reflect their training, their experience, and the needs that currently exist in our healthcare system. There also will be an audit of our healthcare professionals in both the Public Hospitals Authority, the Department of Public Health, and the Ministry of Health, so that we can understand exactly where our human resources stand, where the gaps are, and where the next investments will be made in healthcare manpower resources.
This is coming from Parliament tonight as well. The future of energy in the country is being transformed with LNG infrastructure taking shape, solar projects expanding, and officials promising lower costs and greater energy security. The country is embarking on what could be the most significant overhaul of its power sector in generations.
No amount of repeated talking points can diminish the fact that our country, when it comes to the energy sector, is finally moving in the right direction.
In her first term, Colby Davis foreshadowed major reforms along the energy sector. A milestone LNG project underway, multiple public-private partnership deals that will see upgrades to energy distribution and transformation inked already. Deals in time, Colby Davis says, will materialize. And despite ongoing power outages, even here in New Providence, she insists the sector is shaping up.
Since the fuel arrangement, approximately, you'll see there, our fuel hedge, our fuel price arrangement started working for us in the money in February 2026. Since the fuel arrangement, approximately $21.7 million in savings, Madam Speaker, have been realized.
Wow. She sees it happening in Grand Bahama as well, even making this bold pronouncement.
And Bahamians, over 17,000 households.
That's right.
And over 1,500 small and medium-sized businesses.
Wow.
Our Minister for Grand Bahama will be very happy to hear. Electricity have been lowered. And this change will be reflected on electricity bills that will be issued on Thursday, the 11th of June, 2026.
Food security remains a top national priority, and the government says it is making significant strides to strengthen the country's agricultural and marine industries. During his debate, or contribution to the budget debate, the Minister of Agriculture outlined new investments, tougher enforcement measures, and infrastructure upgrades to boost local production and better position the Bahamas to feed itself. Here's Vern Carey.
In the midst of concerns that the government's investment in agriculture is not producing the results anticipated, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, touted the latest figures from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute to show that investment in the sector is producing fruit. He said the figures also show that agriculture is one of the fastest growing industries in the country.
Real economic output in agriculture, forestry, and fishing increased from 50.1 million in 2022 to 91.1 million in 2025, an increase of nearly 82%. Madam Speaker, behind these numbers are Bahamian farmers, Bahamian fishermen, entrepreneurs, public servants, and communities who embrace the vision of building a more food secure and self-reliant Bahamas.
The push also continues to reduce the country's hefty food import bill, with the minister revealing new details about the Golden Yoke program.
As of the end of May, the project has supplied the market with approximately 8,000 eggs. 8,000. We also anticipate the creation of 30 to 40 employment opportunities connected to this initiative.
Programs have also been implemented to strengthen the fishing sector and address long-standing workforce issues that impact productivity.
I am pleased to advise that the ministry, in conjunction with the Bahamas Commercial Fishing Vessels Owner Association and the Lowell J. Mortimer Academy, will shortly announce and commence a National Apprentice Commercial Fishing Training Program. This program is designed to strengthen the Bahamian commercial fishing workforce, improve safety standards through internationally recognized certification, develop practical job-ready maritime skills, increase youth participation in the fisheries sector, and support national economic development through workforce readiness.
Improved access to resources and training is also on tap for the Family Islands to empower farmers and fishermen engaged in these sectors. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Of the more than $10 million allocated for the Ministry of Social Services in the upcoming fiscal year, some $750,000 has been earmarked to assist parents and caregivers of children diagnosed with autism.
Many parents battle with providing care for those children who suffer from autism, and also those who are now adults. The concern includes the cost of assessment and diagnosis and various forms of therapy. It remains a growing concern in our community and will be given the attention, Madam Speaker, it deserves.
Contributing to the ongoing budget debate in the House of Assembly last evening, State Minister for Social Services, the Honorable Baucus Rule, further revealed that the ministry's previous information and broadcasting portfolio has been removed. The focus will now be on elevating the reach to Bahamians needing government assistance, including the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
The NCPD also purchased a much-needed accessible van or bus
for the participants of the Adult with Disabilities Day program at a cost of $165,000, Madam Speaker. The bus will be used for the larger community of persons with disabilities as well. The Commission continues distribution of complimentary wheelchairs, walkers, and canes to persons with disabilities, Madam Speaker.
Lots more of our budget coverage tomorrow. Still to come here this late night, though. The Labor Minister addressing the International Labor Organization's General Meeting in Europe. That and more. You are watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. I hope you'll stay with us this late night.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
At Marco's, we make it better. Better ingredients, better flavors, better quality. A signature sauce that families have always counted on. We are not only serving your family, but our families too. 2 medium, 1 topping pizzas with center squares or cheesy bread for just $29.95. When you want pizza you can trust, choose Marco's. Your family deserves the best. Marco's Pizza, crafted with heart and proudly shared with love.
To some of the other items in the news this late night, the Bahamas is positioning itself for the rapidly evolving age of artificial intelligence. Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, is representing the country at the International Labor Conference in Geneva, Switzerland, where she is outlining the government's vision for preparing workers for technological transformation. She lamented, though, that AI has deepened the risk of a digital divide, exposing workers to disruptions. It's a gap the Bahamas, she says, is intent on closing.
Our goal is a digitally and AI-literate workforce and a new generation of entrepreneurs who can strengthen existing businesses with technology and build new ones. This matters especially for small business owners who are most at risk of falling behind.
We also have this late night, an apology from Corrections Commissioner Don Clear after admittedly making discriminatory and offensive remarks. Clear issuing a statement earlier today stressing that his comments were never intended to demean, disrespect, or discriminate against women. The Corrections Commissioner says he accepts responsibility for the impact of his words, as he has always held women in high regard and deeply appreciates their invaluable contributions to public service, nation building, and societal advancement. Clara goes on to say that he expresses regret over his lapse in judgment, acknowledging he's expected to communicate with professionalism, respect, and sensitivity at all times. The senior law enforcement officer concluded his statement with apologies to the Ministry of National Security's female permanent secretary, women of BDOC Squad A, women of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, and the women across the country. Agriculture taking center stage in Rawson Square today as those artisans tasked with bottling, preserving, and reimagining our food production hosted another Agri Expo in the city center. Here's Amaya Moss.
Rows of vibrant produce, handcrafted preserves, and locally made treats transformed Rawson Square on Wednesday morning into a celebration of Bahamian ingenuity. Farmers, entrepreneurs, and food processors gathered for an Agriculture Expo. It's an initiative designed by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. The event showcased the passion, perseverance, and creativity driving the agricultural sector, while highlighting the growing importance of local food production and food security. Project manager Barry Wilmont discussed the inspiration behind the expo.
It actually gave an opportunity to bring economics to some of the local vendors within the country. A lot of times they go into the Super Value, the Solomons, and they get the foreign product. Not saying that their products are better than ours. But we have local products that are made right here that are awesome. But we wanted the Bahamian public to know that made at home is even better.
Several vendors also spoke to the health benefits of their homegrown products.
It's 100% healthier for you, being that it's also a plantain. The fiber, all that good stuff is good for us to consume. So being able to get it here, you have a longer shelf life and a fresher product.
It's a must. We have a lot of great things here. A lot of Bahamians. I'm meeting folks who've never tasted local fruits, teenagers. Parents have never exposed them to soursop, basic things. And it's a healthy alternative to ice cream as well, too.
Organizers say the expo not only celebrates what is grown and produced in the Bahamas, but also encourages greater support for the farmers, producers, and business owners, helping to shape the future of the industry. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Thank you, Amaya. And it is Women in Sports Wednesday. Amajal Knowles has a preview of that and more coming up next in sports.
Bahamas versus Puerto Rico in the gold medal game. Find out who came out on top because of that story and more coming up in sports.
Whether you need life insurance, an endowment plan, or health insurance, BAF has you for all stages of your life.
Hi. Hello? Hey, girl. I have Wendy's. I'm trying to go to Essence Fest. Wendy's and Coca-Cola want to take you and your bestie to New Orleans. July 3rd through 5th is Essence Fest, and you could be traveling VIP style. Roxy? Tenders? Tenders. All you gotta do is upgrade any premium lunch combo 1 through 12 or a salad to a large, like a spicy number 6, add cheese and bacon, or a Dave's Classic, or my personal favorite, tendies. This will now serve as your final boarding call for Flight 735, service into Essence Fest. Boarding now. Nola! We coming back?
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Well, it was center stage and all the bright lights for the Bahamas Champs team as they would take on regional power Puerto Rico in the gold medal game of the Pony 14U Baseball Championships at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium. Would the home atmosphere power the 2-4-2 to a gold medal performance, or would they have to settle for silver? Our Swanson Gibson Jr. gives us all the details in this report.
This year's installment of the 14 and under Caribbean and Latin American Pony League Championships gave way to tons of action over the past few days. However, only 2 teams would be featured in the championship final, with one coming out on top as the victor. The highly anticipated gold medal match between the Bahamas Champs team and top-seeded Puerto Rico would be the second time the teams face each other during the tournament, with the last game being a close affair. However, it would be a one-sided matchup this time around. In the bottom of the first, after drawing 2 walks, the Puerto Ricans would capitalize with back-to-back RBI singles, putting them out in front, 2-0. The following inning, Puerto Rico trying to advance their runners, grounding out to the Bahamian middle infield, who turns a quick double play to neutralize Puerto Rico's momentum. This would be short-lived as Puerto Rico would have an offensive surge, featuring 2 two-run home run blasts, ending the inning with an 8-0 lead. Team Bahamas doing their absolute best to erase the deficit, getting base hits and powering baseballs to the deep outfield, but they were not able to clear the fences and advance runners from scoring position. Innings later, Puerto Rico would seal the deal, scoring their 10th run of the game, walking off by way of mercy rule and winning the gold medal.
It feels great. He said he's really happy with our work and our hard work these past 5 days.
Team Bahamas head coach Donovan Cox expressed pride in his guys' performance throughout the tournament.
Just telling them that, hey, the baseball is bigger than just the Bahamas, you know?
We have to want to be better worldwide. We have to be working on our craft every day, and just to keep their head up. All tournament long, they played really good, and I'm proud of them. I'm sure the country is proud of them as well.
The Pony League Championships promises to be a continued effort, catalyzing growth of the baseball landscape here in the Bahamas. Reporting from the Andre Rogers Baseball Diamond, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Thanks, Wani. More from Parliament yesterday during his 2026-2027 budget communication. Minister of Sports, Mario Boleg, outlining additional allocations to several sporting entities, including the National Sports Authority. Mr. Boleg adding that the subvention to elite athletes set to see an increase as well.
Where increases have been made to strengthen support across the sporting sector. We are especially proud to increase in the subvention to the elite athletes, which now stands at $2,025,000. Madam Speaker, I met that at $1.4 million. I want you to understand the progress. Additionally, support has also been allocated to the National Sports Authority in the amount of $4,450,000, as well as the National Sports Endowment, which now totals some $2,500,000. These were increased by like $800,000 because we took care of athletes. Together, these investments enable us to provide sustained support to athletes, coaches, teams, national federations, while strengthening the systems that develop talent, promote excellence, and ensure the Bahamian sports continue to compete and succeed at the highest level.
And finally, the first installment of a new series here at Zenith Total Sports titled Women in Sports Wednesday, where our Michelle Butler profiles female athletes and administrators making waves in their respective disciplines. And first up, a mom and daughter basketball duo.
This week on Women in Sports Wednesday, we feature a mother-daughter duo whose impact on Bahamian basketball spans generations. Anastasia Sands is a pioneer of women's basketball in the Bahamas who has helped develop female athletes. Her daughter, Antonesia Moultrie, has continued that legacy, earning multiple BISS awards and advancing to collegiate basketball at Ohio University. For Anastasia, basketball has been a lifelong passion. What started as a love for the game grew into a legacy that continues today through her daughter, Antonesia.
She herself started out at age 9 on her first trip, and so that was a memorable experience for me. She was a player. I was a coach at that time. Oh, as a parent, as a mother, as a pioneer, I am very proud of her. I just continue to encourage her because I tell her she's not doing it for herself. She's not doing it for me. She's doing it for others that are watching her.
As a mother, coach, and mentor, Anastasia's guidance helped shape Antonesia's development on and off the court. Those lessons continue to influence her today.
Basketball has always been my love from since a little girl, like I said, from watching my homie. And then, I just fell in love with it. It was my passion. Me watching her play in night league when I was younger, me watching her coaching, me watching her old clips and stuff, I feel like that inspired me a lot. And seeing the grit and the passion from her playing.
Now preparing for her senior year at Ohio University, Antonesia is focused on finishing strong while looking ahead to the next chapter of her career. As for the future after college,
I want to be a pilot, so I'm currently taking up aviation, and I want to pursue that, and that has also been my dream as a little girl.
For Anastasia, the greatest reward hasn't been the accomplishments or awards. It's been watching her daughter grow into a confident, hardworking, and determined young woman. They represent the power of family, sacrifice, and support. They share advice to parents and females entering the sports.
My advice to parents who have children in sport, my advice is listen to them, be a fan and a support to them.
My advice would be to stay encouraged and stay sound in God, because He's going to help you and push you along the way. And I would say don't give up, because there would be times where you feel like giving up, where you feel like you're not good enough, but stick with it.
What makes this story special is the bond they share, one built through countless hours in the gym, life lessons learned along the way, and a shared love for the game of basketball. For Women in Sports Wednesday, I'm Michelle Butler.
Thanks, Michelle. That's all the time we have for you for sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
You shouldn't get rid of or just discard dogs because they get old and they get sick and you don't want to spend more money on them. You should take care of them because they do need a lot of love. And as they get older, they need a lot of care too. It's important to know the needs of these dogs because I guess as they get older, they need a lot more work. But what you get in return from these dogs is great. It's a lot of love.
And it is time for us to check in with our Diane Dorsett for a look at tonight's weather forecast. Good evening, Diane.
Good evening. Our satellite picture shows clouds over the extreme northwest Bahamas streaming from a mid-level low over the Florida Peninsula. And tracking the Atlantic, there is no tropical cyclone development expected during the next 7 days. Now let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northern Bahamas, it is 85 degrees in Freeport, Tootie, and Green Turtle Key, 84 in Morris, Shaba, Abaco, 82 in Alice, Sound, Bimini, and 83 in Bullocks Harbor. Down in Fresh Creek, Central Andros, it is 85 degrees. Kemps Bay, South Andros, 87. Harbor Island, 84. In Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 85 degrees. 87 in Exuma, Arthurstown, Kid Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. And for our southernmost islands, it's 86 degrees in Clarencetown, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island. Auckland and Betsy Bay, it is 88 degrees. And in Matthew Nagua, 83 degrees. And not to forget the Turks and Caicos Islands, it is 87 degrees. Tonight, you can expect a low of 77 degrees, a thunderstorm in some spots this evening, but otherwise, clouds will be breaking. And then tomorrow, a high of 85. Times of clouds and sun with a couple of showers and thunderstorms. And in your extended forecast, you can expect a mix of clouds and sun with a couple of showers and isolated thunderstorms during the next 7 days. Temperatures will be in the high 80s and we're seeing a 92 on Tuesday with lows in the upper 70s. That's your late night look at weather. And as always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Hot, 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 but try to stay cozy. Thank you, Diane, and thank you for staying up with us this Wednesday evening. That is our broadcast here this late night. I'm Corvell Pyfrom. For Amo, Diane, and our entire team, you take care, be well, and remember, we will all be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night. At the Lyndon Bindling International Airport, I'm Corvell Pyfrom. This is ZNS.